You see what I'm saying? But I'm actually in both worlds and stuff like that. No, you see. So there's different levels. Different levels of protocols, different things based on where you are in your consciousness. Now, obviously, all the conscious people right now are at a certain lofty height because just look at all the dead motherfuckers. Right. So that means you got to be, if not at the tip of the pyramid, you got to be somewhere in the upper room because everybody is so dead. So there's different levels of this particular realm, but ultimately it's going to morph into all one because we are all doing the work. Right. You see what I'm saying? And we all doing the work. You see. So we all students, or they say we are all becoming. You see what I'm saying? That particular aspect. Yeah, so it's pretty much how that particular aspect is. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, 10 years prior to that, I was in this struggle of obtaining this particular information. And it was just like one person used to said, man, one sister said, shit, I went home for Christmas to Chicago. And she said, it was a motherfucker, man. She said, it was almost like I had to take all this knowledge I have and suspend it, put it in a box, put it in a bag, and put it away to go amongst them dead folks. And she said, they damn near killed me because you can't ever mention nothing to them about none of this shit. And she said, here it is, I'm in a whole nother world of enlightenment. Even trying to figure shit out is a form of enlightenment. Right. See, when you find out that in actuality that you're going to the pot of gold is the journey. Right. And if you don't have the enthusiasm of trying to just figure it out, you've lost the game. Right. The game is not necessarily to what's on the other side. The game is just being enthusiastic enough to just figure the shit out. Your sincerity is your credentials. You should get a high on trying to decode it all. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. And in so many words, that is the journey. That is the completion of it all. So we are already there. We're just trying to remember. Connect the dots and put the puzzle back together. But just to be conscious of putting the puzzle back together is what it is. Right. You understand what I'm saying? It's no different than you putting the puzzle together. You trying to find out what piece to match this green and this blue and all this kind of thing here. And you saying, man, I got a long way to go. I'm not there. But look at this little baby that's got the puzzle in their hand, and they ain't trying to put it together. They're trying to eat the motherfucker. Right. At least you're trying to assemble it, so you've already won the game. This person here trying to eat it. You say, get that shit out your mouth. So that's the people that we call the dead folks. Well, and that's the same thing what the agent was saying when he had Lawrence Fishburne locked up in the first Matrix. He looked out the window and said, you gotta marvel at it. All these people getting on with their everyday life, totally oblivious. And I'm looking at that saying, God knows, we live in the black community. We see this shit every hour. So we are actually already there. You see what I'm saying, on that particular level. And my point here is, because it don't have to be a struggle. See, when I did it, I had to damn near do it by myself. Now, but I realized one thing about it in retrospect, I was having fun doing it. So in so many words, this should be fun. It should be exciting. Right. You see what I'm saying? It should be exciting. Like C. Freeman L. say, you should expect more things to happen to you. Any spiritual experience you have, you should look forward to that day. Even saying, was that experience? Sometimes you have to ask yourself, was that a fucking moment? Was that a spiritual experience? And the more and more you look forward to those things happening, the more and more they become commonplace. Where it comes every hour. Even when shit fuck up, you go. You be cursing and stuff saying, damn, I missed that bus, I missed that train, I missed that person that was coming over. And then about an hour later, something will happen. You go, oh shit, had I gone, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I wouldn't have been able to do that. And you find out the whole time the shit was lining up for you. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing that was going on right now with the white boy in his time. And they had a group of white people. I got the DVD, and the guy was saying, you know, you people, y'all like the Nazis. You so rigid with the time, the stuff and shit. You see what I'm saying? Until when this time starts to collapsing, you don't know what to do because it's not on your schedule. It's not what you trained for. And as a result, and so they said, what you going to have to do? So the white people in the audience, this guy was talking to him, because he's talking about this time speeding up. He said, what you going to do? They said, well, you're going to have to be like the sports figures. Whenever, although you're looking at the time, and you're getting the damn, you know, sometimes, if you've ever watched a basketball or football game, it can be very frustrating. You know, the clock running out, and you're looking at the time, and these motherfuckers got to do the thing. They got the ball, or they got whatever, and you're going, oh, shit. You sweating? And they get it, and they make the perfect play. And the guy say, how do they do it? Because they are in the zone. They got into the zone. That means that is an opportunity to mention that the team is going into this outside of your time. And that's how they make the play. And the only person that freezes on that court is the person that didn't go with the rest of the damn team. You see what I'm saying? Didn't go with the rest of the team. So that's what you got to do. You got to get into the zone. You see. So they got a rigid culture. Everything got to be timed because they're not spiritual. So everything has to be calculated. Precisely this. Oh, do we want to do sex tonight? Put you down for an appointment. We want to do lunch?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. Whereas it was even talking about the Nazis that was that rigid, like that. They said they went down with Mussolini to the motherfuckers down in Italy. In Italy.
Right.
And they went down to Italy. They went down to Italy, and Mussolini group of people, you know, the Italians, they are more of a tropical people. Half of them niggas. And they said they were trying to copy the Germans, and the motherfucker was about to die. They couldn't do it. It's just a matter of cultures. You see what I'm saying? Of stuff like that, no. But that wasn't, well, see, that's the calculation of the Germans, whereas our stuff is a little more, it's a zone that we have to get into and stuff. So that has a lot to do with it. I don't know where that was going, but it had to be put on there. Yeah, so he has, give me another, yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I guess it leads us to something that I guess it leads us to something that I heard a lot of even other lecturers speak about in this death life that we're experiencing, which is karma.
Yeah.
How does karma come into this whole scenario?
Okay. Two kind of karmas. The karma that most people are aware of, I just pass it. Most people are aware of. The karma that most people are aware of is a much more personal concept or an individual concept that's blown out of proportion.
Okay.
Obviously, it can't be no universal thing because the white boy beared witness, because if there was anything such as karma, he should have been off the planet.
Right.
But they have violated every damn law that lets you know that obviously, obviously this word, this thing that you call karma, doesn't apply. Because he say, look, I have done everything on this planet in which you can say the word karma, which is nothing but the East Indian word for sin. You see what I'm saying? I have done everything that violates every law known to man that I should have been off this motherfucker. If it was based on you reap what you sow.
Right.
Well, the karma must love him because they sure got a long time coming when it come to him. Now, this is the problem. The karma that it was talking about had two aspects to it. It was an individual thing that you create in your own self based on your heart. You see what I'm saying? And it has an interaction with your soul and its relationship to the world around it and how you create your own reality based on what you do, a series of things that you do that lines up with your soul and where your soul is. You understand where I'm coming from? But this whole concept, so they took an individual concept of you mastering your own domain, and turned it into a universal concept that if I step on this roach, I'm going to have karma. So they made it a damn, so what happened here is you got to understand the difference here. By the time it gets to the Buddhists or the Tibetans, they're separated from the original Vedic system by thousands and thousands of years. And although it can be 2,000 to 3,000 years ago that these concepts got blown away, it's still a late concept and a degraded concept compared to the original inception of this shit. And so we're looking back to something that's 2,000 years old and going, well, it must be the truth because it's old. No, that's young. It might be old to you, but compared to the original concept, it was separated down there 10,000 years. So that means it's a degraded form that got out of hand and stuff. So by the time the Buddhists come, they're separated from the original concept down there 10,000 years. Because the original ones come is Cushite that come out of Ethiopia. But even when it settled that particular land of India, it was thousands and thousands of years before the time you get the Buddhist concept, which is nothing but their form of fundamentalism, moralism. So they took this individual concept of something highly metaphysical, the cause and effect of your own self, and put it on this shit as a universal thing of karma like sin. And the shit is fake. It doesn't exist.
Thank you.
You see what I'm saying? And it only exists on the individual level. You make that. But on the other hand, if you are aware of it and simply understand that you have the choice to say, there ain't no karma, and by you being the God of that, guess what? The cause and effect don't apply to you. You can kill who the hell you want.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all based on what you're programmed to do. Now, if you're programmed that this thing is going to be detrimental to you, then guess what? Your soul and your subconscious mind acts upon it, and so therefore, you have sinned. You have this karma on you. But if you don't have those particular concepts, because you know the higher truth, then you understand it in actuality don't apply to you. So in so many words, going back, there's this demiurge crew that want to rule with a tight fist. And what they have done is they've gone in and they have lied. Now I know this for a fact. I have had, based on channels, entities come and tell me flat out lies. That's why one thing that you should do when you channel, number one, you should pick a deity that is on your side, that is on your corner. And you should always ask that deity. You should never ask the question in a channel or a psychic phenomenon with a deity that you don't know. Or just put it out there. Because it can be thousands of entities that will come down. Some of them, your enemies, to tell you a lie and steer you away. There was one sister was excellent, psychic. She said, oh, no, I just asked the universe. I'm like, you damn fool. You know how many motherfucking idiots is in the universe and thugs and cutthroats? Motherfuckers that you call gods in the universe because they don't have a physical body. Right. They still can communicate with you. So don't worry about it. Hey, we rolling. It's the knowledge. Not, and, if a person that superficial, this chair is more important than the energy and the stuff that we give it out. They are really not there yet. So that's a checkpoint to see, whether you there or not. So, and I said, are you crazy? You have to pick a specific deity or a principality, what side that lines up with your soul, because you got people that lie to you. And so therefore some of these concepts get muddled, and it's in this information that was wrong channeled because there were some deities that want to put a group of people on lockdown. And then all of a sudden karma becomes just like sin. You step on a roach, then you in trouble. In that particular case, just like the sin, why even be down here? Because everything you do is wrong. But then again, these same people understood Maya and understood if this was an illusion, how could karma apply any damn way? Right. In an illusion, something's not real. Right. And the only reality is what your subconscious mind makes reality for you. And it's a series of programming. It's no different when Neil was jumping off the building and he fell. When he fell and bounced and hit this and splattered on the thing, the problem was is in his mind, he was programmed to when you fall, you're going to get hurt. So when he fell, you see what I'm saying? That's what happened. It was only when he could program his mind to say this is only an illusion that he was able to fly by the next movie. And it was the same thing that happened when the guy said, he said, why did I beat you? He said, you better than me. He said, do you think this surrounding have anything to do? He said, you don't understand. Your problem is not in your technique. It is in your mind.
You think that's air you breathing.
You think that's air you breathing? I can free you. I can take you to the door, but I can't free you. You understand? Well, it's the same concept with this particular karma. It's something that was created to trap you mentally, and you were trapped in it, and guess what? You create that karma because you were trained that this, I've done something wrong and I got to pay for it. And so your spirit be like, okay, you got to pay for it. Why? You say, well, I got to pay for it. Well, motherfucker, you are the one that's creating it. For me to kick your ass butt, and that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm going to do. I'm only following you. So if you want to be programmed to be free from this shit, then program in some stuff to say, that don't apply to me. And you know what's interesting? I've been dealing, because I can say this, because I've been dealing with the spirit world. And I'm talking about advanced spirits, because I'm fucking them.
That's right.
They have never came to me and said, Bobby, you shouldn't drink that liquor. Bobby, you shouldn't curse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bobby, you shouldn't curse. You know what I'm saying? Bobby, you shouldn't talk behind that person's back like that.
Right. You shouldn't eat that fried food.
Well, yeah, shouldn't eat that fried food. They will never say something on that particular level. But then again, on the other hand, eat some berries. But that's moralism. Now, on the other hand, on the physical realm, you could eat some shit to get your, some shit to start rumbling in your ass a couple of hours later. But that's just a physical aspect. But then again, hell, you created that. You could either eat it, or you can drink some elixir and tell them y'all handle that.
Right.
And stuff like that, or something like that. And that's in your mind. It's like the sister Linda that I'm with now, she used to say, she said, sometimes I didn't even have money to go get all these vitamins. So I had to program my mind that this shit was not going to hurt me. And as a result, she said, I don't take no medicine or none of that shit because even that is a goddamn hoax.
Right. Exactly. You're going to change. Exactly. I say goddamn. That's the whole thing. Right.
You got to do it before you eat it.
Right. It is.
Because if you put it up in there and it might be the wrong shit and you ain't aware of it.
Right.
Okay, right. You on?